Okay, so last week we talked about 17 rules of thumb, and I said that I was gonna make a second video to complete those 17 rules of thumb. And so today that's what I'm gonna do. So let's go ahead and get started at number 10. The total lifetime cost of a car is actually worth 3x of what you purchased it for because of everything that goes into it. So to plan accordingly for that is when you go to buy a $10,000 car, make sure that you're planning for all the additional stuff that's gonna come with time, like gas, car maintenance, oil, all those kind of things to keep your car up to date. When to replace a car. The quick rule of thumb is to replace it when the maintenance becomes more costly than the actual car itself. So where you could actually go sell it for less than what it to go get it fixed. At that point, it makes sense to sell. I get that question a lot. Now, I will say this. A lot of people come to me and say, when should I sell my car? Should I sell my car? I need to get a new one. And they justify a $50,000 purchase because they need a new car. We can go get a new car, but it could still be used if that makes sense. Also, on top of that is we don't all need $50,000 cars. Let's be reasonable. Let's think about what actually fits within our budget and be smart about it at the end of the day and use an actual logical decision-making process here, not an emotional one. An emergency fund size should be 3 to 6 months of expenses. So this means actually going to do a budget first off, which is what you should be doing. Once you have that number, it's pretty easy to calculate times 3 times 6 or times 3 and then that times 2 at the same time to get the same number. Now, some people use up to 12 months. I will tell you this is as the market has changed from 2020, which was everyone was getting rich, to now it's kind of a little scarier, it's rockier, people are losing their jobs. I've heard the conversation and tone switch from 3 to 6 months to 12 months. So be careful, cash still is not your friend. It's still not gonna make you money. It's still not gonna build your wealth, but it is there for if something bad happens. So be prepared for those moments and make sure you're set up for success. 50-30-20 rule. This is a very basic rule of thumb when it comes to budgeting. So 50% of your spend goes to clothing, housing, water, food, basically your necessities. The next 30% actually can go to your wants. So these are things that you can want, but you don't necessarily need or have to survive. That is up to you. And that's the beauty of budgeting. You can actually put 30% of your income into this bucket. Then the last bucket is 20%. So this is saving, investing, and paying down debt and actually making monetary goals or financial goals in your own situation. So obviously you can change the 50-30-20 to whatever your liking is, but at least if you're operating at this baseline, you'll probably be okay. But again, how good do you want to be? Do you want to optimize your investing at a young age and increase 20 to 40%? You can do all sorts of things, but make sure that you're at least operating by saving at least 20%. So the next rule of thumb is the 30-day rule. Essentially, for any expenses over a certain dollar amount that you actually define and predefine, you are gonna give this 30 days to think about. Now, there are some rules like 24 hour, 48 hours, 7 days, whatever your time and your dollar amount is, that's totally fine, but do it before the actual event occurs. So let me give you an example. If I went out and figured out I want to go buy a $2,000 camera, brand new camera, I have to take at least, a set number of days or time and hours to decide, because at the store, I'm emotional, I'm all jazzed up, I want to go buy that camera. That's what my gut or my brain tells me, go buy the camera. But I need to take my time and think, is this the most wise decision? Are there better alternatives? Do I even need this object? And that's gonna give you ultra confidence that your emotions aren't making the decisions, but your logic finally is, because you're giving it time so your emotions subside. Super simple concept, but if you apply it, it's very practical, very successful. How much to spend on food? So this is groceries and takeout and doing all sorts of things when you go out and about, but 10 to 15% of your gross income should be in this ballpark for food. I like to eat healthy. I like to pre-plan my meals. We actually have a personal chef we decided to hire that fits within this budget for us because we don't have any debt, and this is where we like to spend our money for convenience items, and this is a very well-rounded purchase for us. Let's say you get a huge windfall of money and you're like, where should I put this? Typically, you should have all your goals stacked in order, but a good rule of thumb is spend 1 to 5% however you want. Literally just go have fun with it. Everything above that needs to be spent wisely, and we need to have a specific order of operations. What I like to do is a value stack of my goals, and then in order, take care of each one individually before I move to the next one. That's how I like to plan my stuff. So if you're getting paid on an hourly basis and you want to quickly estimate your annual earnings, if I come to you and you say, how much are you making per year? And you tell me $30. What I can quickly do is times that by 2 and then add 3 zeros. So I know if you're making $30 an hour, you're probably making somewhere around the ballpark of $60,000 per year. Very quick rule of thumb to think about on your feet, and it makes you sound a lot smarter than you probably are. And if you're looking to take your finances way past the rules of thumb and step up your game to a 6-month all-in program with myself that is a mid 4-figure investment, go ahead and click the link below to book a free call with my team to see if you're a good fit. Again, this is for serious people only that are looking to take their finances to the next level. And I will be back next Monday with another video. Make sure you leave your comments below and I will make sure I respond to those as fast as possible. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me and you'll see me every single Monday on your YouTube. Thank you again for all your support.